What a result. What a fantastic result for us. Honestly, guys, what a start to the season. That is now 2 games played, 2 wins, and 2 different performances. One away from home, of course, tricky against Crystal Palace, but we still come away with a win and a clean sheet. And now today, up against a tricky Leicester side as well. Let's not forget, they can be a very tough side to play against. And we'll talk about them later in this video because I don't really understand what's going on there. Why haven't they made any signings? They're going to be losing players potentially. It's a bit of a weird one. But 4-2 at home today at the Emirates. And boy, that was a good game to watch. Really entertaining. 6 goals, but it could have been 10. Leicester had some really big chances. We definitely deserved to get the win. And let's talk about why. Well, I'm just going to point out one player here. This man right here, Jesus. And a shout out to Martinelli as well, who's actually going to get my man of the match. Really thought Martinelli was fantastic today. But Jesus was the difference maker, really, wasn't he? Those 2 goals. The first goal, I've seen the replays. I'm so disappointed because it's taken a slight touch. It loops over the keeper. And when you're watching the game, you think he's just scored an absolute worldie. The fact is, it's still a very good goal, but as he's tried to chip the keeper or just lift it over, it has taken a slight touch. And then, of course, the second goal, he's always in the right place at the right time. It's incredible. Xhaka with his goal as well. Really happy to see him score. And, of course, Martinelli deserved to get one as well. Saliba's own goal. I can't really berate him. He had to get in there. He had to try and get a touch on the ball. Very unfortunate if you've seen it. A bit of a mix-up with him and Ramsdale. But either way, I think Vardy... Was it Vardy in? I think it was. Probably would have scored. So, hey, look, it doesn't matter. You move on. We've won the game, right? And then Maddison's goal, really feel like Ramsdale should have done better with that. But, yeah, the story of the game really was Arsenal's dominance, a silly goal that we've given them, and then we made it 3-1 straight away. Maddison scored, and then we made it 4-2 straight away. So it really was just not our best performance ever, but there were moments in the game where we should be more in control and not giving away silly errors and silly goals. But as you can see here, 9.5 rating for Jesus here on FOTMob's website. Martinelli unfairly given a lower rating than... I mean, Xhaka was good today, but I feel like Martinelli should be in the 9s as well. He was incredible. Loved Zinchenko's performance. And Saliba, look, I know he scored an own goal, but him and Gabriel were solid today. Saka had a bit of a quiet game, I thought. Ødegaard, not his best. Partey was involved. But realistically speaking, it was all about the Brazilians today. And I'm so glad we've got them in the team. And whilst we're here, let's talk about Leicester because, first of all, we ran them ragged. We had their midfield covered. Tielemans, a player linked with Arsenal. We could be seeing him in an Arsenal shirt before the end of this month. I saw when he got subbed off in the 63rd minute, the crowd gave him a standing ovation and they were chanting, "We'll see you next week." I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Maddison, still a class player. Love Maddison. Dewsbury Hall, I thought, had a really quiet game, despite being, I think, one of their best players in recent months. Towards the end of last season, he was incredible for them. Big fan of James Justin at left wing back, although I'd probably end up playing him at right wing back because he's right-footed. Evans didn't have a great game. Ward was shocking, really poor on the Xhaka goal. And Fofana, let's talk about him. Apparently, £80 million is what Chelsea are going to bid. Based off today's performance, you can see why they're interested. He's clearly a very good player. Could have scored in the first half, but I think 80 million, jeez. How much is Saliba worth then? Unbelievable, isn't it? They must be worth similar amounts. The only thing I'd say is Fofana's obviously had a year in the Premier League, but he's had that big injury as well, which is a worry. We can go down a little bit further here and see some of the stats. 50-50 possession. I mean, yeah, this is the bit I'm actually most shocked by. We could have scored so many goals today. 19 shots, which is really nice to see. 5 big chances as well. It didn't feel like it was a 50-50 possession game. That's a little bit of a weird one. And there we've got the best 3 players from each team. So where does that leave Arsenal in the table? Well, of course, we are up into 2nd place. I think Man City will be top now. They just won big win. No goal from Haaland, though. And Leicester still without a win after 2 games. 1 point, minus 2 goal difference. I mean, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Arsenal have Bournemouth up next, which is a good game for us. Man City just destroyed them. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens between Tottenham and Chelsea tomorrow as well. God, I can't wait for that game. Okay, let's get the FPL score in. This is something I might add into Operation Arsenal. Let's give this a little refresh. So at the moment, this is my squad. Of course, subject to change throughout the season. And if I decide to keep this as a feature in Operation Arsenal, just updating you on my team. I don't typically play FPL, so it's normally something I do at the start of the season. I make my team, and then I just leave it. I just forget almost. But I might try and actually keep on top of it this year. But Jesus captained him from the start of the season. Didn't do well for me last week. Of course, didn't score. But today, 32 points is unreal. I've gone with Haaland up front next to him. Neto, Bruno, Ødegaard, Saka and Salah. And then Trent, Reece James, Trippier and Mendy. Very, very good players. Going to get me a lot of points. And I've still got arguably the best player yet to play, and that is Salah. Against Crystal Palace at home, I anticipate a decent amount of points. If you guys want to join the MGH United League, you can. Just join the Discord first, and it's got all the information there. Actually, I could put a link in the description of this video as well. But what we're going to do now is go to your comments. So Akos here says, not an Arsenal fan, but Jesus is different gravy. Shout out to Martinelli as well. He played great. 100% agree. I think that I love the different gravy thing. I don't say that myself much. It's very British, isn't it? Different gravy. But I'm so glad that you're picking up on the Martinelli thing as well. Like Jesus is going to get all of the headlines. He scored 2. He could have had 3 or 4. He missed his hat trick chance. It came off the post, off his left foot. 1-star weak foot confirmed. But Martinelli really deserves a lot of credit too. And then we've got, I don't want to try and pronounce that. I'm so sorry. But he says Gabriel Martinelli should be the brand ambassador of battery companies. So the reason I picked this comment, not only because it's funny and true, but because what we're seeing is the combination of Arteta's process, the plan to bring in players. Obviously, Martinelli wasn't signed by Arteta, and obviously he was already one of those kind of players that chases and does a really good press. But bringing in Jesus with him and some of the other signings that we've made, we are now just a pressing team. We press, we put them under a lot of pressure, whoever we're playing against, and Martinelli on that left side, Saka on the right, Jesus through the middle. Ødegaard runs so much as well. Top quality, and I love the press. And Martinelli often is, with Jesus at the front of that press. Next, we've got the clock end saying Jesus top class. Everyone's shouting out Jesus today. A real threat up top, reminding me of Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, I agree. Thought Ramsdale could have done better with the second goal. Agreed, it's gone through his legs. He won't be too happy about that one. But really, other than that, a great 3 points. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, the second goal, I mean, we've spoken about the own goal. I still believe if he didn't try, they probably would have scored anyway. But of course, it's hindsight, and we've gone on to win the game, so it doesn't matter too much. And it's the same with this second goal. Yeah, it sucks it's gone in, and Ramsdale should be doing better, but thankfully it hasn't affected the result. He will be disappointed. No keeper wants to get beaten like that, especially not through the legs. But from that kind of angle, he would be expecting to save it. I would be expecting him to save that. But Ramsdale, he's going to have ups and downs. He's still a very young goalkeeper. It wasn't ideal, was it? And then we've got this one coming in from Austin. The most exciting thing about today is that we've not actually been at our best, but still managed to get a decent result. I think the first 2 games, we haven't been at our best. In years gone by, would have easily lost this game. Saliba is a mentality monster, scores an own goal and absolutely shows no signs of insecurity after. I love that. It's a very good point. I didn't even think about that. I actually only read the first half of this message and thought, yeah, this one's in. Honestly, that is a very good point. When you concede an own goal like that and you let a team get back into the game, especially a team that is a pretty good side. I know Leicester aren't quite the same team that won the league, but they're still very dangerous. He could have easily let his head drop, We could have conceded another one. And as you said, years gone by, we might have collapsed. But no, he really didn't show any signs of, being angry at himself. It is what it is, isn't it? It's football. And it was a really good finish. So, yeah, that's a very good comment. But also the fact that we're not playing at 100%, yet we've still won both our games. Roll on Bournemouth, right? And then our last comment today is from Mira. Jesus was immense, incredible from him. 1-star weak foot. Yeah, I put out a tweet, 1-star weak foot confirmed. I don't think so. His left foot's pretty damn good. Saliba was good. Can't fault him for the own goal despite it being silly. Overall, good performance. Good to see the injured players come back. We want Vieira. Whoa, I would love to see Vieira on that right wing. If we can get him back and just play him on that right wing a little bit, I think with him in midfield, it would mean replacing Ødegaard. And when Saka needs to come off, we don't really have a right-sided player other than Pepe, who might still be leaving. Maybe Vieira can do a job out on that right side. Obviously, he's left-footed, but he is kind of like, the Ødegaard replacement. If Ødegaard, God forbid, picks up an injury or doesn't play for a few games, that's where he's going to go. But maybe if we do take Saka off for 10 minutes once Vieira's back fit, we could see him out on that right side. I actually reckon that would work very, very well indeed. But guys, that is it for this video. We are joint top of the league. 6 goals scored, 2 goals conceded. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. Only 2 teams have won both opening games so far. Up next, we've got Brentford against Manchester United. Let's have a look at the lineups. Ronaldo does start. You've got Sancho and Rashford. Rashford linked with a move to PSG. I don't know what to think about that. Eriksen, Fred and Fernandes. So McTominay has been dropped. Dalot, Maguire, Martinez and Shaw. Where is Varane? I don't get it. Brentford playing Tone up front, of course. Big fan of Norgard, by the way. And Hickey is playing at right back. So, I mean, Thomas Frank has done what I would do. Play a right back that's right-footed. Hickey has always played on the left, it seems, when he was at Bologna, for example, and now he's being played at right back. But this is going to be one hell of a game. Imagine if Manchester United lose again. Unbelievable. But thank you for watching, guys. Tomorrow we're going to do a 5, 6, 7 things learned during today's game. Hopefully you're excited for that. And then on Monday, career mode is back.